People who have been listening to this podcast for a while will be probably well aware by this stage that some idiot has decided to rebrand a substantial portion of his intellectual property Noble Ape. And in the process of doing this, he's also blocked my Noble Ape on Google, Instagram, to a certain extent YouTube. Certainly all the social media that people use on a general basis has been blocked associated with my Noble Ape project in order to get traffic, desperately needed traffic, to his nonsense. And one of the greatest ironies associated with this thing is coming what I would hope to be at the end. Who the hell knows how long this thing's going to go on. But my anticipation is that the Grammy Awards will be the last breath associated with this nonsense. Well, no doubt, probably 3 to 5 years following, I'll continue to have exactly the same commercial manipulation through Google, Instagram, what have you. They'll just continue to manipulate this stuff. But the great irony associated with the Grammy Award nomination for this idiot's rebranding Noble Ape nonsense is that I have produced a substantial amount of music in response to this guy's behavior. I'm actually working on another 5 tracks that I hope to get out before I leave for the UK at the start of February. It's quite a hectic pace, actually, to get this stuff together. And through this process, I've had a creative resurgence based in large part on this fellow's unprovoked nonsense. So the nature of the Grammys being connected with this thing, while being strangely ironic, also reminds me of what I've gotten out of this situation. You have to take whatever you can out of horrible situations and make the most out of them. And I think the music is certainly something that I will take on, continue to do. I mean, over the next 3 to 5 years, the pace has been set. I have to continue to maintain this degree of production in order to counteract this behavior, this commercial, sucking of all oxygen out of a term that I have used for my creative work for 23 years this year. So, in doing all of this, I'm incredibly mindful that I have to continue this thing up, at least for the next 5 years, just to create a footprint that when searches and other things go back to normal, when people can actually post on Instagram and tag my project, they'll actually get on Instagram. There is a footnote with this associated with, there's a lot of, everything is just, every notion that goes into the political realm becomes hyper-politicized either for one party or another. But there is something very real associated with commercial entities, in this case, wealthy individuals, purchasing keyword searches. What I've found with what's happened to Noble Ape is that clearly Google primarily and Instagram, whatever Instagram is, it's a Facebook property, I guess. It's possible for people to go there and say, here's a bag of cash, make sure that anyone who searches these terms, these keywords, gets back my stuff. That strikes me as being incredibly dangerous, politically incredibly dangerous, in a time when there's so little meaningful information conveyed by the news media. Another footnote associated with this idiot's behavior. After the fact, they couldn't use Google, but, the curiosity associated with this guy's stuff, the anti-stuff associated with my employer, which he does explicitly, and then mysteriously, what's the tie with this Noble Ape thing? Like, why would you call some of your work Noble Ape? It'd just take one journalist to do this thing. But no one has. Well, this is the new reality. So, what I'm seeing through this is that the political nihilism, all the stuff that people are concerned about currently, it's only going to get worse. There's no means of dealing with these basic flaws that are already becoming part of the commercial fabric of existence. The misinformation and the quality of misinformation and the characterization of, every means that people have to find new information is also heavily polluted. It's strange to have this in a microcosm associated with my little open source monkey simulation. It's all very, very curious. But I have to get back to editing music now.